We have a new pro, John Hill. He went pro for Revive in the summer, and he's going to be getting his first pro wheel for Force. Today, we're going to be shooting the Force Summer Catalog. Two different concepts we're doing on this shoot. Pros, we did their state flags. So John Hill's from South Carolina, so we got a South Carolina flag. Johnny Geiger is from Switzerland, so he's got the Swiss flag on his. Aaron Cairo is originally from Montana, so he's got the Montana flag. Doug DeSantel is actually from Michigan, but he's been living in California most of his life, so we went with the California flag on his. And Jason Park is from Hawaii, so he's got the Hawaiian flag on there. And then also we have two team graphics, I guess you could say, sort of movie-inspired graphic, and then also this movie-inspired graphic. And I'm actually going to keep it pretty simple this time. This behind the scenes, or I guess this shoot is going to be more about the tech side and exactly how I shoot it, rather than the actual photography itself on this, because I'm just going to shoot this catalog on white. Since the subject matter of the wheels, the team wheels and the pro wheels are so wide-ranging, I'm just going to keep it simple, like I said, and shoot the whole thing on white. I got modeling lamps and all of my lights over here. I use Allen B lights, of course, like I've been doing on all this. I have a variety of them, actually. I have two Allen B B800s, and I also have, also made by Paul C. Buff, they're White Lightning versions. These were made in the late 70s. They're German-made at the time, and they are absolute tanks. I've said this before, I could like throw them at walls. Some are really, really powerful. I use those to actually shoot under the table. In this, I'm lighting it from all sides. So I have a light directly behind, I have a light underneath, sandwich lighting up top, and then I got a light on the bottom, which should allow for me to make this white plex sweep go completely white and allow me to light the products separately as well. I'm going to be shooting a gray card, so I have a perfect white balance. I've got all my lights bottomed completely out, so as I light this, I'm going to bring my lights back up and get the ratio set. To get the wheels to actually stick, since they're just going to roll across the top of this, I need to have some sort of adhesive to actually hold them down. So this little Scotch tape gun, all it dispenses is the actual like stickiness that's on tape. And so I put a little bit of this down, and it'll stick to the white, and then I'll come back later, just a little bit of it, I'll come back later and actually go through with Goo Gone, and I'll completely remove it so it'll come right off. My table is actually sloped down to the right ever so slightly, so what I do is the wheel that I'm going to have on the right, I'll put that in first, and then let the wheel that's going to be on the left of it kind of rock right into it, and I can actually use that most of the time to get a perfectly straight line out of this, which can be somehow pretty tough. I can't even tell you how many times I've perfectly set these things in here and then I knock the bottom of the table when I'm standing up and have to redo everything. It's so frustrating, but it happens. Okay, so I've got the first wheels kind of set in there. I'm just going to get a little more of this adhesive off of here and set the other ones in right quick. You only need a little bit of it. Like I said, the lights are still bottomed out, so we're just going to, this thing is not lit yet. Just trying to get these wheels in place first, and then we're going to kind of build from there. Again, I'm trying to make sure they're on the same plane as the other wheels too. Okay, we're just about there. Now we just got to light this thing. So what I'm going to do is scoot my gray card in right where the wheels are. Try to not touch this thing. And then we're going to shoot a frame. I want to be at f11 because I want this to be sharp. Like super tack sharp. F11 is the sharpest f-stop on this lens. I'm shooting with my Nikon D800. I have my 85-1.8 on here, and I'm firing my lights with my Pocket Wizard Mini TT1. It's probably my favorite combination I can possibly have. So I'm going to shoot my shutter to 320, 320ths a second, ISO 100, and f11. It's like ideal conditions. Pop a frame. It's going to be really dark, and then we're going to build the whole lighting scenario from there. Okay. Immediately, I'm going to come up ever so slightly. So I'm also paying attention to the reflections of the wheels. Scoot my jerry-rigged seat in. All right, shoot a frame, see how we're looking. All right. Believe it or not, it doesn't look as terrible as I thought it was going to, but it definitely needs a lot more light. So immediately I'm going to come up at least a stop everywhere. I'm going to come up 2 stops on the background lights. So 1, 2 stops here, and 2.5 stops. Come up about 1.5 stops on the very bottom light. Always pop the flashes so they recycle, so they have a fresh charge in them. I'm going to come up a full stop and a half on the side light. And on the overhead light, I'm going to come up another stop and a half as well. All right, pop another one, see where we're at from here. We're getting better. We're still a little too dark though. The quality of the light on the front of it is starting to look pretty good. But let's see here. I don't like the shape of this light modifier. So I'm going to move this light back ever so slightly and up. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to tilt it down. I got to be careful with this one. This one just took a fall from like 25 feet in San Francisco. So it still works. Policy Buff makes the best gear on the planet. I'm amazed that this light is still working. So I'm going to come up just a little bit, and that should hopefully move the reflection off of the side of the wheel for me. And I'm going to need to come up another quarter stop because I moved the light. So come up about a quarter, maybe about a half a stop. And then on my right light, I'm going to move this ever so slightly back. And I'm going to come up another quarter stop. And the background lights, I'm going to come up another stop on these. And the top light, it's actually pretty good. I'm not touching the front light. Pop another flash or another shot and see how we're doing. It's starting to look pretty darn good. The background has gone completely white. I think I'm a little too hot on the very bottom, the underlight that's lighting from the bottom, so it's blowing it out so much that I'm not able to see the reflections as much as I want to. So they're blowing out the reflections. I also want to make sure that I can see the entire wheel. Sometimes, since the wheels are white and the background's white, they can start to blend in. So I want to make sure that the background goes white, but I can actually still see the wheel under it. And there's some nice little reflections happening from the table. The wheels have rotated a little bit, so they're no longer straight, but I think we're pretty close. I'm pretty happy with the quality of the light outside of the underlights. I'm going to come down about half a stop on that. So, as you can see, the blinkies that are happening here, these are... As you can see where it's blinking right there, those are pure white right there. In post, I'll bring up the highlights just a little bit to come in right here, but these are going to be pretty darn close to being pure white. And then as I zoom in on the wheels, I can still see plenty of white wheel, but still touching the white background. I can see that, and if I really get in there, I still have maintained reflection in the bottom as well. So I'm going to take my white balance off of this gray card right here, so I'm going to remove the gray card, fix the wheels so they're actually straight, and then shoot a final frame. Perfect. Boom. All right, shot one down, 3 more to go. Aaron and Doug together for the next one because they went pro right around the same time. So I'm going to shoot their wheels together. I try not to be biased to any of these wheels, but I think Aaron's wheel is my favorite out of the Pro Series. I like to camping a lot, and I don't know, something about it. Like I could just there's a little set of trees there on the left-hand side. I could just go ahead and pitch a tent right there. Perfect, ready to go. All right, so Aaron's comes in a 52 and a 54, so I'm going to put his 54 on this side right here, and his 52 right next to it. Gently lay that in. Doug's is coming in a 51 and a 52 this season. Everybody always gets a 52 because 52 is by far the most popular wheel size. And some people, they give him a 52, and then, for instance, like Doug skates a 51, so clearly I'm going to make his wheel in a 51. When I'm setting in new wheels, I always like to reset my focus, just in case. All right, refocus, make sure I'm definitely 100% centered on this. Shoot a frame. Zoom in to make sure everything looks crispy. I can see opaqueness from the wheels all around it. None of it's blowing out. All the wheels look straight, like I'm looking straight through the center of the wheel, so it looks like my camera is pretty straight. And all the wheels are in the same plane, everything looks sharp. Shot 2 done. Moving on to the third. I'm going to put Aaron and Johnny together on this set, in this photograph. I'm going to give John his own page. John's first wheel, John gets his own page. Alright, let's get a different wheel because this one's got a little bit of scratch in it. So I'm going to put, let's see here. Wow, these actually look really good next to each other as well. I'm going to put Johnny on the left here and I'll put Jason on the right. So Johnny's wheel's coming in a 52 and a 53. I'm just going to loosely set these in. And Jason's going to get a 52 and a 53 as well. Don't you be rolling on me, Will. Man, these wheels are going to be so straight because there's so many leading lines in them. And this table is so rounded off. It's not the easiest thing in the whole world. Out of focus, back into focus, super sharp, straight lines all the way across. And give Johnny's wheel just a nudge, just a nudge. Out of focus, back into focus. Straight. Okay. 3 down, 1 to go. So John's from South Carolina. South Carolina flag kind of represented here, or inspired at least. I'm actually, to clean my frame up a little bit, I'm going to use this towel that I have some goo on. I'm going to get rid of some of the goo. Hold on, let me get some fresh goo going. I think Goo Gone might be like one of the best things I have in my entire studio. Like, it literally gets anything up, like immediately. Cleans pretty much everything. All right, so I only have one little residual mark of the adhesive. I'm gonna use that to hold John's 54. John comes in 54 and 52. I think John switched his wheel sizes a few times. I think I've seen him do setup videos where he's skating 53s, but pretty confident he skates 52s. At least right now he does. If I'm wrong, John, I'm sorry. His wheels are not straight, I'll tell you that right now. They're a little crooked. But I'm going to get my camera centered so that when we are on, we're ready to roll. Okay, out of focus, back into focus. Let's see if we're there. Those are perfectly straight. All right, we've done it. So it's pretty straightforward on this season. Super proud of John. Really excited that he finally got his pro wheel. Really, I'm really happy how this entire series of wheels turned out. This is probably the best, or at least one of my personal favorite series we've done in a really long time. But anyways, I appreciate you guys checking this out. I really hope you enjoyed it. As always, I appreciate your likes, your comments, and I'll see you on the next one of these. I'll see you guys next time. Boom.
Hey, this is Brian Ames. Please click the subscribe button that you see right there, and you'll subscribe to my videos. From now on, I'm going to be eating a lot of peppers. It's going to, oh man, it's going to be great. Bye.